Hey my G's, and welcome to another tutorial on the channel. In this video you're going to be learning how to make this beautiful waistcoat you can see on me. If this is what you're interested in, please keep on watching to the end of this video. You'll be learning a lot. Leave a like if you find this tutorial very helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already yet so you don't miss out on any of our amazing sewing tutorials like this one. And let's get started. So I decided to make this waistcoat because this piece of material that I use for the waistcoat is actually a gown, and for the gown I have a tutorial on how I made the dress. It was requested by one of you, but then I found that it wasn't really my style. I wasn't liking the idea of wearing it, so I decided to turn it into the waistcoat that you can see. So to do that now, I'll start with the pattern drafting. Okay, so first at this edge I'm going to draw a straight line, which is going to be my starting line and my shoulder line. Please note that I'm going to be cutting the front and the back together on this piece. So from the edge of the pattern paper here, I am coming in by 1.5 inches, just like this. So this space is going to be for my buttons. So now first I'm going to mark out my shoulder measurement divided by 2. And from that point I'm going to come down by 1 inch. So at this edge here I am going to mark out my neck width measurement. For my neck width measurement I'm making use of 2.5 inches, and I will just connect this into here to get my shoulder slope. So from this point here I'm going to get my armhole measurement, which is my bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches, and I'll just go ahead and connect this like this. Alright, so next I'm going to mark out my bust line. I'll mark out my under bust, my waistline, and the full length of the waistcoat, which is my hip line, and I'll go ahead and extend these points like this. So now on these lines I'm just going to mark out my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, just like you can see me doing, and I'll connect them with a straight line. Alright, so now I'm going to have to label this line so you don't get confused. This is my armhole, bust, under bust, waist and hip. So I'm going to come to my waistline, and then I'm going to mark out 1/2 inch on both sides of my waistline, just like this. So from this point now I'll connect it into the hip, but to do that from the hip line I'm going to come up by 2.5 inches, just like this, and I'll connect this way. I'm going to connect them into the bust line like this. But now I want this dart to go all the way to the armhole. So for my armhole, I'm going to get the midpoint of my armhole by folding my tape simply into 2 like this, and I'll go ahead and leave a mark. So I'm just going to connect into my armhole like this. So next I'm going to take my round bust measurement divided by 4. I'll mark that out on my bust line, and then I'm going to add an extra stitching allowance of 1.5 inches, and now I'll come to my waistline. I'll mark out my waist measurement divided by 4. I'll go ahead and replace the dash that I've taken here, and I'll add the same extra sewing allowance, and I'll connect the points like this. I'll be connecting the points all the way to the arm. So next on my hip line I'll take my round hip measurement divided by 4, and I'll add the same allowance of 1.5 inches, and I'll just connect it like this. So I want this part to have a little curve here, so I'm just going to come up by about 1 to 1.5 inches, and then I'll just connect into this part like this. Okay, so next I'm going to take my neckline. For my neck depth I'm making use of 3 inches, and I'll go ahead and connect that into a round neckline. So this one is for my front, while for my back I'm making use of just about half of it, which is about 1 or 1.5 inches depending on your preference. This is my back and this is my front. I'll go ahead and complete my armholes simply by doing this. Okay, so this one is for my front armhole. While for my back armhole, it's just going to go like this. It's going to go along the straight line, while the front one is going to come inside, and I'll show you guys just how you can do that. So to get the curve around my hip line here, from this point here, that is after my bottom line here, I'm going to come in by about 2 inches. So I'm going to pick the point where I want the curve to start from, and I'm choosing just around my waistline here. So I'm going to extend this waistline, and I'm just going to mark this inward like this. So while I'm getting to the waistline, I'm just going to curve it out like this. So this blends inside, okay? Please ignore these lines. I know they're a bit rough. So this is the one that I'm making use of. I'll show you the one I'll cut on. That's the one I'm going to make use of. So I'll go ahead and cut all of this out. I'll be starting with the back. So before I cut out my dart, I just decided to use this to cut my back. For my back, I'm just going to be having a normal dart. I don't want it to be open, okay? I'm only taking this dart on my front because I want this side to just have a little curve and just a different look at the front, kind of like a princess dart. I do hope you understand. So I'm going to use this now to cut my front. I'll adjust my neckline, my armhole, and I'll cut open this dart and this side here. Please observe that I added ½ inch of allowance at the base for the stitching, because I'm going to use this to turn over with my lining. Alright guys, this is what I have. I'll go ahead and use this to cut out. While I'm cutting out, I'll add ½ inch of allowance to the sides here and to the side here too, as well as to this side here. So now I'm just gonna head to use this pattern to cut on the material. I did ½ inch of allowance all around this edge like this. This is what it looks like. And then for this other piece here, I added ½ inch of allowance all around this edge here. And while I was cutting this part here, instead of adding ½ inch of allowance or just going straight up, I decided to extend my hand a little bit outward because I did not like the way the lines were going. So maybe when you're making your lines, you can make it a little bit finer or just coming by like 1 inch from the edge, so it's not too funny looking. Okay, so I'm going to use these pieces now, including my back piece. This is my back piece, and I'll use it to cut out on my lining. I'll be cutting out just exactly this for my lining. So now I've just gone ahead to cut out my lining for all of these pieces, just like you can see. So for the front, just as it is like this, I'm going to go ahead and join it on ½ inch. I'll do it for both sides and I'll do it for the lining. While for the back, I'll go ahead and turn in the neckline. After turning the neckline, I'll leave the sides open and then I'll turn in the base. So I'll go ahead and do all of that and I'll show you what it looks like. So for my back, I'm just going to open this up and I will place them right sides facing each other, just like you can see me doing. So I'm going to sew on the back neckline by ½ inch and then I'll notch and top stitch. I will also sew on the base here and I will top stitch. I'll be top stitching to the lining, after which I will sew on the armhole. So the only side that will open for the back is these two sides and the shoulders. I'm choosing not to turn in the sides because I want to just weave on it other than turning it inside out. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do this and show you what it looks like too. So I've gone ahead to sew on the neckline, on the armhole. For the neckline, I notched it and top stitched, and at this base I sewed and then I top stitched. So for my armhole, because I have sewn on it and I want it to relax very well when I iron it, I'm going to go ahead and notch on it just like this. By notching, I mean that you should just leave little cuts around here so that when you are trying to press it, it will relax very well. So I'm not going to turn it over to the right side yet, okay? I'll just leave this aside. So for my front side, I'm gonna head to join it now. So this is my lining and this is my material. Okay, now I'm gonna head to join it. Whatever I do to this side, I'll do to the other side. Okay, so I'm going to place them right sides facing each other like this, just like you can see me doing. I'll start off with the neckline. I'm going to sew on the neckline, and after sewing on the neckline, I will notch and top stitch, and then to the lower part here, I am also going to sew on it, and I'll show you just what it looks like before working on the other side. This is what it looks like. So now I have this side open and this side open. So from this side here, I am going to go ahead and sew on 1/2 inch. By the time you sew and top stitch, you have this lining relaxing very well. You get the effect on your clothing. Okay, you have the lining relaxing very well. So here I'm going to sew on 1/2 inch, and on my armhole I will also sew on 1/2 inch. So now after going ahead to sew, I have just this side and the shoulder open. So just like I did to my back piece, along my armhole I am going to leave a notch so that when I iron on it, it will relax very well. Okay, so this is what I have. Okay, so once that is done, I'm going to turn this over to the right side. Okay, after turning it over to the right side, you can go ahead and press on it, but I just want to join the shoulders before pressing on it, because I feel like pressing and then coming back to record is going to really burn me out. Okay, so just make sure that you're at least pressing as you are sewing to help you as a beginner make your work to be neater, so you can envision what you are doing very well when your pieces are flat. Okay, so press it very well. If you want, you can add hemming gum where necessary. All right, so now I'm gonna head to turn these pieces to the front. You can see what my two front pieces look like. So for my back piece, I'm equally going to turn it over to the right side. Shoulder, I don't want to just go ahead and join it straight up like this so it does not look very tacky. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to put my hand through the side. You see that I've placed them the way it's supposed to be, but I'm not just joining it. So I'm going to put my hand through the side, and then this other piece here. Okay, can you see? Just please pay attention. I'm going to hold it, and then I'm going to turn it over like this. So by that now, I have my front shoulder inside of my back shoulder, and I'm just going to go ahead and try my best to arrange it very well so that I can sew on it. So you're going to be arranging it lining to lining and material to material. You can go ahead and pin this down. It will make the whole thing easier for you, just like you can see me doing. Okay, so now I've gone ahead to join it. Okay, so you can either just hold everything down like this. All right, so now I've gone ahead to pin down on it. So I'm just going to sew around it like this. Just place it on your machine and sew around it in the circle that you are seeing. Sew around it, and I'll do that and show you guys what it looks like. So now I've just gone ahead to sew on it. I've taken off my pins. You can see what it looks like. Okay, so once I open it up to the front like this, see what it looks like. You see, so it's sewed on the material and it's sewed on the lining, so it looks very neat. So it's better than just sewing it like that. So I'm just going to repeat the same thing for this other shoulder side here. Okay, from the side, go in and pick it up, and then you just go ahead and pin around it on a circle, and then I'll sew. After this, now I'm going to give all of this a good press so we can go ahead to join the sides. This waistcoat is very easy to make. Alright, so now I'm done with giving it a good press all around the corners, and you can see what it looks like. So I'm just going to turn this over to the back now, and I'm going to be closing it up by the amount of allowance I left just at the sides. Okay, I'm going to do that to both sides right now. So after I was done giving this a good press, I went ahead to join inside by the amount of allowance I had left, and you can see what I have this looking like. So I'll just be weaving this, and that will be all for my finishing. I decided to use this method. So tell me if you're trying out this method because you enjoy it. It is easily adjustable depending on if it's tight or loose when you fit it. It is very interesting. So this is basically all I have for this. Pick any button of your choice, put in your buttons and put in your buttonholes. And this is basically all I have for this tutorial. As you have seen, the waistcoat fits perfectly on me. So do not leave a like for me if you found this video very helpful. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already yet, so you do not miss out on any of our amazing sewing tutorials like this one. And I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye guys.